Ooh.
Welcome back once again, my people, to the Reggae Boyz weekly. We're here on a lovely Sunday. Dicanio, all going.
They are no fun. We have to talk about them topics our surface, you see me?
Real talk. People, we have some news about Mason Greenwood. Also, it is being reported that the JFF is set to sack coach Heimir Hallgrímsson. We're also going to talk about Omari Hutchinson as he has secured his move to Ipswich, back to Ipswich Town. He was on loan with Ipswich last season, helped Ipswich in gaining promotion to the English Premier League. So he has officially signed for Ipswich Town, which is in the Premier League right now for a club record fee as well. And if you guys remember, Kieran McKenna, former, I think, assistant coach at United, coach for Ipswich Town, now he mentioned that he wanted Omari Hutchinson for his birthday. So this is his birthday gift. You know what I'm saying? And I think probably Kieran McKenna is the first manager that get a player for him gift more. You see me I say? As far as me can remember, you get me? I say, at least publicly saying that he want this player for him birthday gift and him get the player. Also, people, as I mentioned before, we have some news, massive news surrounding Mason Greenwood, right? So we're going to discuss that. Also, we're going to discuss, um the sacking of Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson, which is set to take place after the Copa America. But let's get straight into it and give the people them the big bad intro.
It's time to rise up. Stand and take your place. Rise up. Shine like the sun. Rise up, rise up. Your journey has just begun. Rise up. It's time to rise up. Stand and take your place. Rise up. Shine like the sun. Rise up, rise up. Your journey has just begun. Rise up.
Yes, people, rise up, rise up. You see me? Just like how the JFF are going to rise up Hallgrimsson and send him packing back to Iceland. You get me? I say, unfortunate, but the damage has already been done. In the report, it stated that the relationship between Coach Heimir Hallgrimsson and the Jamaica Football Federation is irreparable. So there's no form of repair. It's like you have a car where you mash up, brother. You just can't repair it. You get me? I say, best thing you do, I carry it to the insurance company, and if anything, them just say, yo, see some money here, you get a new vehicle. You see me? But we're gonna start off with Omari Hutchinson first. So as I stated before, people, it is being reported by the Athletic, as well as Fabrizio Romano, as well as many other publications, that Omari has officially signed for Ipswich Town. As we all know, Ipswich got promoted back to the English Premier League after, I think, 20 something years. Now in the report, hold on, Simon Jordan is in this report as well. Oh, Simon Johnson, sorry. But in the report, it goes on to read that Ipswich Town have completed the record signing of Omari Hutchinson from Chelsea. The 20-year-old winger has signed a 5-year deal to keep him at the club until 2029. Hutchinson spent the season on loan with the then championship club and helped guide them to promotion. If you guys remember in the last part, Omari was crucial in helping Ipswich to gain promotion to the English Premier League. He now joins on a permanent basis after the clubs agreed a deal of 20 million, what is pounds, right? 20 million pounds plus 2.5 million pounds in add-ons and a 20% sell-on clause. So if Ipswich in the future, if them sell Omari Hutchinson, Chelsea, they have a 20% sell-on clause. So from that money, they would get 20% of that. And also to state in this deal, I think Arsenal will be collecting some money as well. You know what I say? And here it is. Arsenal will receive a percentage of the fee due to a sell-on clause inserted into the deal when Hutchinson moved from the North London club to Chelsea in 2022.
Wasn't that a free move though?
Huh?
Chelsea got him from Arsenal for free.
Well, I think
some know how that come in.
Remember, I know. Remember, which player was it that left a championship club and he went to a different club, right? But they had to, what name again? Latibodier. I think Latibodier went to Coventry on a free, but due to his age, they had to pay some form of money to the club that Lati Bodier was leaving, if I remember correctly. So I can't remember the name of the fee, but it can happen. Omari is someone we all enjoyed working with last season, and the staff, his teammates, and supporters all saw how he grew and developed over the course of the year, which is testament to the hard work he put in. Kieran McKenna said, and as we all know, Kieran McKenna is the manager of Ipswich Town. And people, if you remember correctly, Chelsea didn't want Kieran McKenna. They were in talks with him. Also, United, they were in and around Kieran McKenna, looking into appointing him. Thank God say we never appoint him. I get me, I say, I'd rather stick with Eric Ten Hag. But I think this is big news. Also, Stuttgart, they were interested in Omari. He even went to a game at the end of the season. And Stuttgart, they will have Champions League football next season. But for me, or for Hutchinson, I think it is good that he's staying in the English Premier League. His family is there. Homegrown player, whatever the case is, born in England. You don't really want to move where, you get me, I say? And the fact of the matter is he created a lane for himself, and now he is just cruising in that lane. Obviously, playing in the Championship is quite different to playing in the English Premier League, so he must go step up an extra level. But Dicanio, I know that Omari Hutchinson, former player for Arsenal, you're an avid Arsenal watcher, you're a fan of Arsenal. How do you feel surrounding this deal?
Bro, it's just good news for every party involved. Good news for Chelsea, good news for Ipswich, good news for Reggae Boyz fans, which we will touch into, and good news for us as YouTubers that he is going to Ipswich Town. It's just the perfect move. I was praying for this. I was praying for this move. Omari Hutchinson to Ipswich Town. And as I said, Ipswich Town's young player of the season last year in the Championship. So they would have been keen to keep him. And then, obviously it's a new step up in the Premier League. But so far in his career, every step that he's been asked to take, he has taken it. And you only have to have confidence in him to take this next step, right? Plus, as you did say, the coach, Lauren McKenna, did say that he wants him as a birthday gift. So, him get a belated birthday present. And as it relates to Jamaica now, him not no more excuses. His contract he's signed is official. His first real official professional contract. Signing with Chelsea was alright, but he never did ever play. Now he's signing for a team that he will be playing week in, week out. He will be a first team player, right? He's a record signing so far. Maybe they might break that again, we don't know. But at the end of the day, he has no more excuses as it relates to coming to represent Jamaica. Because
who are you to say that? I believe you are not in any position to have a say in terms of when Omari Hutchinson decides to play for Jamaica. I think you have to give him the space to make that ultimate decision, because there's a lot of uncertainty surrounding the Reggae Boyz team. And in my humble opinion, I believe you're a bit too entitled surrounding your opinion at this moment in time. But now you feel like you have a say over what Omari Hutchinson are going to do.
No, I don't have a say. Bro, I have a say because I have an opinion. But at the end of the day, football, watch this. Him going to Ipswich Town is just beautiful, because at the end of the day, him not have a fallback, especially on a permanent deal. Him not have a fallback like on a loan him gone pan. It's a permanent transfer. So he has to succeed. Is either two ways it will go. Is either them are going to stay up in the Premier League and he's going to be seen as this person that's going to be hot on the market, or them are going to be relegated and him stuck with them. Zine? So this is just so perfect for Jamaica. If he stayed at Chelsea or went on another loan, then for me personally, or just us who watch football overall, generally, we know that there still might be a chance he could have represent England. But no, for me, completely out of the cards. It is completely out because there are so many people in the Premier League, English players.
He's a talented player. In one season, anything can change him, get a move to a bigger club or whatever the case is, and him can represent England. So I think you have to give him time to make his decision. The man do it step by step. And
the steps done. You make and the steps are finished. He's going to represent Jamaica.
Which level you play football at? You never play the highest level.
The steps finished, bro. Me I tell you, the steps then finished.
You never play no high level to tell a player what to do, brother.
You play club football, brother.
You play club football, but you never play on a high level to tell the next man what to do, brother. You get me? I say,
bro, me not tell him what to do. Me I tell you what is going to happen. That me I tell you after Omari, after me have Omari in my contacts, I tell him what to do. But me, I tell you what is going to happen, bro. Him moving to Ipswich is the perfect move for Jamaicans, bro. See? Perfect move for everybody, every party. See? But especially Reggae Boyz fans. Look up because Omari Hutchinson will be representing Jamaica, especially with this move. Them man, they not making land spot there.
Well, I don't think you have the right to say that. You get me? I say, but I could take that comment here from BM. BM, big up yourself. How is this good news for Jamaica? He doesn't want to represent Jamaica. Don't want no player who style Jamaica. All them things, I'm gonna agree with them comment. I know the man never style Jamaica. The man say he need time for making decision. You get me? I say, I'm feel like say enough for just a code on the man thing. You see me? I say, I feel like when I code on the man thing. Me willing to forgive Omari time. I'm willing to give him time. You get me? I say because the man say him need time to make him decision them step by step, and him do that already in terms of getting promotion with Ipswich. No, him sign with Ipswich, so the man need time to make the next step. You get me? I say whether or not he might represent Jamaica or whether or not he might represent England.
You need time, brother. You have the whole summer. You have the next international break. When? October or September. September. You have a whole heap of time to think, brother. Because I know him have to get called next, There's no other excuse. I don't know who the new coach are going to be. We're going to get into that with Heimir Hallgrímsson. We are here. Heimir Hallgrímsson is going to be fired. But if Heimir Hallgrímsson is still there, I'm going to get called. And the new coach are going to call him as well. See him? So the decision, he has plenty of time to make his decision. Plenty of time.
Take some more comments. Jeremiah, big up yourself. I don't know, but maybe the coach didn't call him. Nico G, hi, you're too emotional. Calm down, bro. Who are you referring to, Nico?
I mean, man. I wouldn't need that.
You're too emotional. Calm down. Giovanni, that's Silva, big up yourself. Congrats, my bro. Please come home to Jamaica now, bro. And as well, no, Omar did in Jamaica recently as well on vacation. Caribbean rivers and seas, them boy the slave. I really get that comment this day, but big up yourself. Fabian Evans say it's hard to leave England, come and represent Jamaica. Exactly, especially when the turmoil that the JFF is in at this moment in time surrounding the soon-to-be sacking of Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson. Owen, big up yourself.
Big up.
But as me I say, or as I'm saying, people, or as the report is stating, Omari Hutchinson has officially signed for Ipswich Town. I'm gonna show you the picture of them that the Premier League. I don't think these are recent pictures, but these are some pictures. I know it is being announced by the Premier League as well as Ipswich Town. You see me? The Tractor Boys. We are delighted to announce the signing of Omari Hutchinson on a permanent deal for a club record fee. Premier League commentators say excited Ipswich fans, and obviously Ipswich fans, they're excited. And we have many other comments. Wonder if not nobody comment the Jamaica flag down here. Let me check. No, I'm not seeing a Jamaica flag. You see me? I say, one of the fans them say we're winning the league. So the Ipswich fans say they're going to win the league next season. See your signing, take care of him. But let me ask you this. In terms of Chelsea selling Omari Hutchinson, we know that they sacked Maurizio Pochettino, right? And he basically summoned Omari Hutchinson back to the training ground to have discussions surrounding his future. Do you think if Pochettino was still at Chelsea, Omari would have a future, would have had a future there?
I don't know, bro. Because it's literally a week after he was summoned, Poch got sacked. So, and not much could have happened. We never get to see him or hear him in a press conference talk about Omari or anything like that. It was just reports. So, it's very hard to say if he would have had a future. But we all know the way that Chelsea wants to go. They want to be playing Arsenal and Man City type football. They do not want to be playing transitional football. That's coming from the very head of the club, the very top of the club. That's the reason why they sacked Poch. And Omari Hutchinson is a transition football. And that was one of the reasons why he also left Arsenal, because Arsenal was moving away. And Academy was starting to play like the first team, right? And he didn't feel as if that style of play was what suited him best. So he decided to move to Chelsea, where he thought he would have had a better opportunity to shine. Many Arsenal fans disagreed with that because he was basically the next big thing out of the academy at the time. So, yeah, he made that move. And, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
All I say is him have good advisors. And if he really come and represent Jamaica, they would have played his young or like the early stages of his career very well. That's one thing I would say for sure. Whoever is around him is very sensible, and they are nothing like Craig Butler. See, them,
Listen, why you
them,
go call my name for bad man? No, the
them
man
play,
like you're obsessed with Craig
them
Butler.
play the
Bad man.
man career.
It's
Them
like
play
you're
the
obsessed
man
with Craig
career
Butler.
wonderfully,
Call up
bro.
my name bad man. You see me?
Wonderfully, fam.
Every day you get up and talk about Craig Butler. Just easier for the man, brother. You see me? But BM say Hutchinson gives me Leon Bailey vibes, and I don't mean that in a good way. Smurf, big up yourself. Having a club where he can call home is really crucial for his career at this moment. And that is true. A long time, Omar should have settled on one club. You know, enough people did criticize him for leave Arsenal. But to be honest, seeing how things play with Reece Nelson and a couple other players, I think if Omar did stay at Arsenal, he would even have a first team spot like week in, week out. You see me? So I think it was the correct decision to leave Arsenal, go to Chelsea. You know, eventually he went on loan, had a wonderful season, crucial in Ipswich gaining promotion, and now he's back at Ipswich on a permanent deal. And as me say, many other clubs, they were interested in Hutchinson. I believe Feyenoord was one. Is it Feyenoord and Ajax?
Ajax and Stuttgart,
and a couple other Premier League clubs as well, you know. But eventually, Ipswich Town, they wanted their man and they got Omari Hutchinson. So, my personal opinion, big up to Omari. I'm willing to give him time. As I say, so I feel like people must also do that as well. But before we continue, people, just do us a massive favor. If you want to support the channel, just hit that like button. Also, if you're new, hit that red or black or whatever color subscribe button it is. So please go ahead, do that. Also, people, share your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? Are you happy with Omari Hutchinson signing for Ipswich Town? I think many of you guys, you know, long awaited this. You know, you guys wanted this. You guys were looking forward to Omari signing for a club on a permanent basis. You know them with a question as to whether or not he would have stayed at Chelsea, but obviously that's not the case. Was he even good enough for Chelsea as well? I mean, we're not gonna find out. Maybe if we don't play FIFA, we can't find out. I get me answer, but we're just not gonna find out. But once again, to hit the subscribe button, like the video so it can be a bit more visible. We have 105 of you guys in here, so please once again hit that red subscribe button. Now, more transition over to Mason Greenwood. Last but not least, people, also if you feel kind enough, you can support us by sending us a super chat. Now, we could transition into Mason Greenwood. So big news surrounding Mason Greenwood, people. The potential Reggae Boyz. No, sorry, not Reggae Boyz, because he's one. The potential Reggae Boy Mason Greenwood, right? Now, it is being reported that Marseille from the French league, they want to put in a bid for Mason Greenwood. Now, we know that United, they're holding out for something like £40 million, right? Marseille, it is rumored that they want to give United around 30 to 35 million pounds. You get me? I say for Mason Greenwood. Now, we also know that Juventus, they're interested in the signature of Mason Greenwood, and it looks like Barcelona is entering the race as well, because Joe Felix is leaving Barcelona. And honestly, people, me don't know about Barca go find the money for sign Joe Felix. You get me? I say, no, a couple months ago or weeks ago, the president Laporta was asked about Mason Greenwood. No, I mean Atletico Madrid's president. He was asked about how you go again, Dicanio? No, sorry, Getafe president.
Yeah, what happened? Yeah, man, what happened was Atletico Madrid basically, I think, inquired about it. Or no, Getafe's president was asked about the possibility of signing Mason Greenwood or something like that. It was something between Getafe, Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Barca. And basically, Laporta from Barca basically just asked Atletico's president about it. But then them not the money for signing Greenwood, bro. So that was just an inquiry to see if there's any way at all them could have get him on a cheap. And then once the idea of them not getting him on a cheap was disclosed, and them just pull out basically. So
but also,
I don't think he'll be going to Barca.
But Barca, them never rule it out, to be honest. You know, in the report, Laporta never rule out the potential of signing Mason Greenwood. It just comes down to finding that money, you know. And honestly, people, the whole situation surrounding Greenwood with the whole court, whatever the case is and what happened in the past, you know, Laporta did basically say never business about that. You see me? I say a lot of the Spanish clubs were interested in a Greenwood. Them no business. Atletico Madrid no business. Obviously, Getafe never business. Right now, if Getafe could keep Greenwood on a permanent basis, they would. You see me? I say, I think just like how you have Omari who went back to Ipswich, I believe Getafe is a strong possibility for Mason Greenwood as well. And to be honest, beggars can't be choosers, especially in Greenwood's situation. Because people, may I tell you, Greenwood are one of the luckiest football players I ever see. If you go through something like that and still play at the high level. So it's not a case where you can say, oh, you know, Mwango Bayern or oh, Mwango Juventus or oh, Mwango this club or that the club there. Him just have to go take where him get. You get me? I say, obviously, him not going to small club because he's that talented. You see me? I say, but how me see it is I think he'll go to a respectable club in a respectable league. And also people to note, he also won the player of the season for Getafe last season. Mason Greenwood es nuestro player of the season. I guess es nuestro means Mason Greenwood is our player of the season. Yeah. Is our people. If you don't speak Spanish, just tell me in the comment section. What es nuestro mean? And did I pronounce it correctly? I think Mason Greenwood, I think es nuestro is
Just click
our
on the part where it says see translation.
is our player. Is our. Somebody did right. You see me I say? And people, I'm not really fluent in Spanish now, but I know like poquito. You get me I say? Smurf say Atletico could just do a swap deal with Felix for Greenwood. Would United be interested in such deal? I think Joe Felix could be a good addition to United, honestly. Conrad Smith, big up yourself. This is life. He can do whatever is best for him and his family. Caribbean Rivers and Seas. He must say them boy them boy slave, them not play for Jamaica. A boy Caribbean Rivers. I don't know what you mean by that. They comment there. Conrad Smith, Leon Bailey, this Jamaica. That's what you must talk about. We don't talk about that already, isn't it? I say we don't talk about Leon Bailey disrespecting Jamaica and whatever the case is. But yeah, people, Marseille, you know, they're very interested in signing Mason Greenwood, and you know they want to put in a bid, but not for the asking price that United is asking for. Also, big news: Omari Hutchinson, officially is a Ipswich Town player. Permanent deal for Omari Hutchinson. So, you know, once again, big up to Omari Hutchinson. Now, one thing I want to get into, right, is Heimir Hallgrímsson. You see me I say? No, people, big news surrounding Heimir Hallgrímsson. It has been reported by the Jamaica Observer that the Jamaica Football Federation, they're looking into sacking coach Heimir Hallgrímsson after his last game, which will be against Venezuela in the current Copa America. Now, Copa America campaign, not the best campaign. Lost the first game. Enough people that blame Hallgrímsson. 1-0. We lost to Mexico. Then we play Ecuador. The referee them did rob we or rob us, whatever the case is. Them rob the team. Them rob Jamaica. Them rob all our people because we are fans of the team. And it was a blatant penalty. You see me I say? No, we lose the game against Ecuador. And to be honest, I don't think we did do enough to even say we deserve a draw or whatever the case is. No, if we had gotten that penalty and we dispatched that penalty, then the shape of the game could have changed and maybe would have went in our favor. Maybe we could have got a point from that game or 3 points, and then it would have set us up perfectly for this game against Venezuela, because maybe like 3 points or one, you know, we'd have to beat Ecuador and get a point from this game to have a chance to go through to the round of 16, right? Now, the article surrounding Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson, the big headline is the long goodbye. And, you know, some people have said the situation look grimy or grimy, whatever the case is. The relationship between Jamaica Football Federation, JFF, and the Reggae Boyz head coach Heimir Hallgrímsson has deteriorated beyond repair, with both parties said to be frustrated with each other and moving towards an early separation. So it's like a couple of breakup. You see me? Jaja youth, the man them are left, brother. People, one thing, drop it in the comment section. I know say no fun, no. Well, I know say a lot of you guys, you know, really in recent days, you guys were venting about Heimir Hallgrímsson and his decision making across Copa America, and you know the style of play, whatever the case is. Now, the fact that they're moving towards our early separation, people, how do you guys feel about this? Because you know, no fun that call for this. Big up to Sports Prophecy JT, but JT was a big advocate for the sacking of Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson even before Copa America. From the qualifiers, they want to say, yo, JFF need to get rid of Heimir Hallgrímsson. You see me I say? Now, let me get further into the article. Hallgrímsson, who led his homeland, Iceland, to its first ever World Cup appearance in 2018, was courted by the JFF in 2022 with the goal of securing qualification for Jamaica to the 2026 tournament, which will be co-hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It has, however, been a less than convincing tenure by the 57-year-old. Hold on. How are you going?
I don't know, bro. You'd have to ask me. You know, she say the article get checked.
People, how are going to Jamaica Observer? Delete the article.
Observer. like in time out. No,
But people,
Observer.
I'm fine about the article. I want to observer. In the article, people basically state that Jamaica Guinea, or observer, I should say, they contacted the technical director, Rudolph Speed, and he never really give no comments surrounding the situation. The only thing that Rudolph Speed said is that the technical committee normally they go through an assessment period in which they assess the coach and then they will come to an ultimate decision. However, Jamaica Observer stated that close sources tell them that basically the relationship done between Heimir Hallgrímsson and the Jamaica Football Federation, and you know he has 2 more years. He has 2 more years left on his current contract with the JFF. And my question to Dicanio before the live was, JFF have got to pay Hallgrímsson some big money. What do you think surrounding this early separation?
So yeah, just tackling that point. Yes, JFF by right would have to pay him off if they are going to sack him. However, we don't know. JFF, I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt that they would have had something put in there, right? A clause or something that if they were to sack him, there's a set amount that you would have gotten instead of having to pay out the full contract, right? Because you can do that, right? So let's just give JFF benefit of the doubt, because otherwise sacking him to go pay him all the money, they don't make no sense to me. As I keep on saying, anybody can make this team qualify for the World Cup. That's just my opinion. But yeah, as it relates to Grimmy, we posted many videos on Gunna so want him sacked. But those were emotional videos. We never want to see Grimmy gone, bro. We never want to, we just want him change. And sometimes you have to show people tough love for them change. I don't think of the right move. I don't think of the right move, bro. We don't want to see him. Because we have a whole heap of time, you know. Remember, we have to go through them idiot rounds there, you know. Of qualifiers, you know. And when we qualify for them through them idiot rounds, remember we have Nations League as well. So, well, yeah, bro, we have a whole heap of time before we get to the serious stage of qualifiers. I feel we could have given him at least a few more games, make him settle on a team. And if him still a move stubborn, then we could have sacked him. But I think this is a bit too premature. And that is not to say that I do not agree with any other decisions that he's made. He's been very soft and he's been very indecisive with a whole lot of things, and he's been very cowardly in many of his decisions, right? And as I say, if he never changed, then I would have agreed with the sack. But right now, bro, I just think it's a bit too premature. Even though I did a call for him head, anybody will watch my videos, obviously I did a call for him head, but I'm not the decision maker. Not because me a call for somebody head means that the person for go. Me did a call for Arteta head. Zine, that's the reason why I am not the person making decisions. Because as fans, sometimes we get emotional. Zine. But yeah, bro, separately me rate Grimmy in a way, but they just need to learn that, yo, if you're going to be managing Jamaica, right? Hardcore real Jamaicans, you cannot show a level of softness. You have to instill discipline. You have to demand and command respect. And I think that is what Coach Hallgrímsson lacks. He does not have that aura. He does not have. He seems as if he's a yes man, or he's not brave to make decisions, right? And a lot of people kept on saying him get Iceland to a World Cup. Yes, that was a brilliant achievement, but I keep on saying Iceland and Jamaica are two different things. He has a whole lot more or way better players at his disposal to be playing the way he's playing, getting the results that he's getting, compared to when he was at Iceland, where they only have Gylfi Sigurdsson. So playing the way how they played was totally fine. That is what they had to do to get results. Jamaica does not have to play this way to get results. We can play better, right? And if we have played like this and still can win football matches or still can get points for sure that there's some level of progress, then I can understand why JFF will be looking to sack him. As much as I was speaking emotionally, and as much as me personally deep down no want him to go right now, the sacking is justified. If them sacking, it is justified, 100%. You see me? What are your thoughts?
Let me just get back to the article and then give my thoughts. Give my thoughts surrounding the situation. Now, in the article, it says when contacted, chairman of the JFF's technical committee, Rudolph Speed, would not be drawn into a direct comment on the matter, but he noted that the normal procedures, which involve a post-tournament audit of the technical performances, will be exercised in short order. And I quote him here, as usual, following the completion of Jamaica's involvement in the tournament, the technical committee will meet to assess the performance and consider the recommendations, Speed told the Jamaica Observer when quizzed on Saturday, which would have been yesterday. But even if the JFF, even if the technical committee thinks that the tournament go good, Hallgrímsson himself, the man just not happy. Yo, Gleaner, man, I got disrespect on upon live, you know. Gleaner, fix up on the thing, man. How can I advertisement in I run upon my thing, bad man? I'm telling you, Gleaner, brother. Butch Stewart, don't mind me office. Yo, Butch Stewart, don't ramp with me. Sorry, not Butch Stewart. RIP. Adam Stewart. Whoever run Gleaner, don't ramp with me thing, man. This ad thing, man, I got deal with that in a bad man. You get me? I say, sure. All like billions in our open hotel and can't invest in
Man
this
say,
thing,
if
man.
I'm being honest, JFF should be stopped.
Can't
Not the
even-
coach.
Yo, people, man, stop reading the report, yeah, man.
Give the people your thoughts on
Yeah,
the
man, I say
situation.
no. My thoughts are on it. Let me tell you, let me just finish the article in my mind because I did read it. You see me? As me say, people, Rudolph Speed said the technical committee, they will do assessment after the Copa America and then they will come to a decision. Now, I was going to say that I believe earlier in the article, it stated that the situation is irreparable. And I believe with the whole Leon Bailey saga, etc., I think Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson wants out. He looks dejected. If you look on the man recently, the man just look like him now want to be involved with Jamaica football at this moment in time. And bro, you the things that the JFF would have fixed up a little bit, but brother, a beer drama, major tournament, beer drama, on the pitch, off the pitch, performances, as well as in-house issues with JFF, Leon Bailey, Craig Butler, whatever the case is. But man, any coach will suffer in an environment like that, especially a coach like Heimir Hallgrímsson, who him don't narrate Jamaican people and our culture already in terms of how upbeat we are. You get me? I say them man that come from Iceland and them country that were them more laid back, etc. You see me? I say so. I believe he wants out. Now, before me get Jerome on the panel, right? My opinion surrounding it, me not deal with mediocrity, right? I believe JFF should sack him. I believe JFF should fire Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson. Reason being, we have a talented pool of players, and honestly, the football is unacceptable. It is not sustainable to guarantee or to grant us success in the future. And every time we use Premier League as an example, people say, oh, you love to talk about Premier League. Bro, it is one of the, if not the highest league in world football, top 5, top 2. If you can debate between La Liga as well as the Premier League, which one is number 1, right? I know enough people say the German league, but bro, come on, that's a real farmers league. You get me? I know City been dominated since recently, but still. Now, what I say is, when you look at teams across the Premier League, right, that normally have talented group of players, let's use West Ham for example. Now, you know, say me always back David Moyes. You get me? I say, I love David Moyes to the core in terms of what he stands for, etc. But if you look at the talented pool of players that was in his possession, right? Without David Moyes play football, brother, yes, then we'll get success every now and then. But when West Ham look on a team like Aston Villa, Newcastle, and the way how them play football, and you know they are more how deep they're going into competitions. You look on your players like the Paqueta and them people and say, but wait, we can also reach there. So, but if you play the way how we play with David Moyes, it is not sustainable. You go in a game picking up 5-0, whatever the case is. Then you go in a games, you know, you win a game, whatever the case is. You go deep in Europe and whatever the case is. But it's just not sustainable. And if you look at our players, we do not have scrubs. Say, for example, the Reece Nelson, them are the World Cup play for us. Say, for example, Greenwood and Ellis Sims and all these other guys come and play for us, right? Bro, we can't play negative football like we coach Heimir Hallgrímsson deploy. You see me? And even against the smaller teams, the football is not convincing. It is not cohesive. There's nothing about it. It's not attractive. And people are say, oh, I feel like people have looked down Jamaica and say, oh, you know, just Jamaica, ray. Bro, how many I see Haiti another team I play better football than Jamaica?
Against Dominica, you have to at least show with something. Dominica,
Joke.
you have to show with something against. Me now have a problem if you have play the way against the big side them. But what take it away for me is when we are play against Dominica and Dominican Republic, and we still can't have a system where I play well. You know, should I see from day one say Stephens can't play against a low block? Why you starting to play against a low block? Go pull him in a second half, and then after second half we start play good. Them little thing they may talk about him now pick the team based off of the what want to win the game. Just a pick a team based off of names. Like a FIFA play.
To add to that, just like how the USA can have ambition when they want to get rid of Greg Berhalter, although I feel like the USA fans, them kind of too entitled more while. You see me? I feel like say America, them will hold them own. The Copa America for them, I'm not going to say it bad. You know who me blame the Copa America upon if America's supposed to exit? The youth, Timothy Weah. That's why his name is pronounced Timothy Weah. Bro, what he did was stupid. And by the way,
when you the red card?
I think him like, I remember, but the man or push him on the face or something like that. And what am I going to say people with that, right? America, them play good in the first game. Even against Panama, them play good despite being 10 man down. You see me I say? But you know, say eventually when a team of 11 man against you, more than likely, them are going to catch up and score against you, which that is what Panama did. Also, Panama did go there for war. I'm not going to lie. I keep them down more while. You see me? But what I try to say is, just like how America have ambition, just like how other small Caribbean countries can have ambition to develop their
football. Know that. Something going on like, but yeah. All right, so
hold on.
Hold on, Jerome. Hold on, make him finish.
All right, go ahead.
Go through. Jerome.
Yeah, me never there nobody, so I don't know what happened. But yeah,
you can talk.
What I say is this. Well, and look like you have a delay. Well, I'm gonna rejoin and come back.
Do that.
I just want to address a comment in the comment section. Damian Nemard. Him say the players not good. You see, we need to stop going around parading this type of BS about the players are not good. You have a goalkeeper in Andre Blake who absolute legend at Philadelphia Union, right? I think him they win a shield with them. He win a trophy, right? Now, them love and adore Andre Blake, the captain of the Reggae Boyz team. You have a Demore Greer, Premier League champion with Leicester City, right? Him bounce around a couple teams and him can hold him on, right? He's in Saudi Arabia, had a good season to an extent. Mikel Antonio, West Ham legend, who him still can do a job for West Ham, which he did last season, right? You have Joel Latibodier, who is being linked with moves to Ajax as well as Sporting Lisbon. The last player Sporting Lisbon go for the championship was Girassi. I say his name pronounced? Absolute baller. The man worth about 100 million right now, right? Also, take into consideration that Latibodier also won a World Cup with one of the youth teams with England, I believe, right, Dicanio?
I'm not saying with him.
You have Ethan Pinnock, one of the best centre backs in the English Premier League, despite his age, right? You have Deshaun Bernard, former academy player for Manchester United, been around talented groups of players. Lemby Kisa, who recently, with a hard team play for them qualify for Europa League. Greg Lee, who is in the championship next season. You have Casey Palmer, who plays well for Coventry. You have Shemar Nicholson. I know say him not really perform for him club down in France. He might go back to him club in Russia now. But people, if you look around the squad, we do not have scrubs. A lot of countries within the Caribbean region would wish to have players like what we have. And me see them with lesser players that play better football than Jamaica. So now come tell me about who play them not good. No, Jerome, take the floor.
All right, I'm hoping I hear me good. Now hear me good, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is how I say now. I am well, I'm not going to celebrate a man losing work. But, I think the decision of Hallgrímsson leaving, well, him not losing work because based on what was said in the article, it seems like it's a mutual thing because JFF are not happy with certain things and the coach is not happy with certain things. And it's something we could have seen from a mile away that the coach wasn't happy with a lot of things, and I think some of the concerns he had were fear and stuff like that. I have two issues with this though. My first issue is this. Do we think if it was a case where the relationship between JFF and Hallgrímsson was better, with the results that we are seeing and the type of football, do we think that this sacking or this departure would have come? I don't think that would have been the case.
let me say this, Jerome, right?
Mhm.
When the assessment, when it is eventually done, I think even if the JFF find the results acceptable, I think it's more on a Heimir Hallgrímsson wanting out compared to the JFF.
Yeah,
Because yeah, go ahead.
that's my point. I don't
Yeah.
think the decision is going to come down to what is happening on the field. I think it's off the field that's going to be the spearheading this decision, and I think that's a concern for me. Another concern is going forward. It don't make sense with sack Hallgrimsson. We bring in a coach who's worse than Hallgrimsson. I am hoping that the JFF can find somebody who have a better profile, because we don't want to see no local coach or no coach that is definitely not qualified to coach at the international level to take over this team. That's something I don't want. But as I said before, I had a lot of concerns about Hallgrimsson's tactics, so I'm not going to be here and be, that poor decision. They need to work it out with Hallgrimsson. I saw enough in the Copa America and in the games that we played to say that I don't think Hallgrimsson is doing his best with the team that he has and with the players that he has. So my concern now is who is going to come forward, because I don't think it makes sense to sack Hallgrimsson, because we can say that Hallgrimsson got a lot of things wrong, but there were things that were improving in the team as well. One of the main
What do you
things
think?
was mm,
What do you think about this comment? The guy came here to get us to the World Cup. Because when he signed the contract, Copa America was not in sight, right?
uh,
He
mhm,
initially did come here to get us to the World Cup. That is his ultimatum. That's his goal, right? Now,
mhm.
isn't it the best time, this person is saying, to use different players to see what they can offer, and to experiment and make mistakes in tournaments like this, right? So that he's fully equipped and knows exactly what he wants to do when it comes for the official World Cup qualifiers, that final stage group. What do you think about that comment? Because I think there's a point in it. Because one step before you go as well, there's there's a thing that we might be over ambitious. Everybody knows that Jamaica can't win Copa America. So do you think it was a smart move for him to be doing all of these things? Or you just think it doesn't make no sense at all? Him just stubborn because he
But
could have done better things in game for try get points or for try to see if this could have worked and him still never try.
but this is the thing though. This is what I'm saying. I don't think this is a footballing decision. I think they would have stuck with Hallgrimsson regardless of what, if the relationship of the field was better. I think if Hallgrimsson was happier with certain things, and I think if JFF were happier with certain things, I don't think the results would have affected the decision. I think they would have still stuck with Hallgrimsson. I think, as I said before, it's the off this field things that are happening. Because remember they said in the article, that Hallgrimsson stopped living in Jamaica from the start of the year. And I think it was probably from those times he was probably starting to think that I don't see myself in this job much longer if things don't improve. Because he was out here living and then he decided to stop living out here. There must be a reason for that. So as I said before, it's not a sacking. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's not necessarily JFF saying, all right, we don't want it anymore because of poor results. I think it's based on what is happening off the field. So in that case, I think that they probably have to do it. They have to part ways if things are not going well and they're not seeing eye to eye. My concern, as I said, is who is going to come in. Can JFF find somebody who is qualified enough to coach an international team? Can't be a
Um, May I go be
mm,
honest with you? May I agree with everything you say? Get me? I say it's not so much the results because could we have performed better in the Copa America? Absolutely. On a
mm,
different day, we could have probably beat Mexico, or we could have probably get the draw. You get me? I say against Ecuador was always going to be a tough game. Could we have done better? Yes, but I don't think the JFF would have went into that. I think one of the what do you say now? Maybe one of the goals of the JFF, or the goal where them set out for Hallgrímsson, he said get 3 points in the Copa America. And if you drop out, you drop out, but make sure the performance is good. And if you're not good, you still accumulate 3 points. We score our first goal in Copa America and move on from that, because guess what? We have the Nations League coming up. We finished third in it last time out, beating Panama one goal to nil. So to an extent, the results were good. However, the football is not the best. But I don't think the JFF, they had any sights of sacking him because of how the team have played the football or whatever. The results are good, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
as I said, Jerome, it's more so what is going off in the JFF, in the front office, you know, the whole Leon Bill situation. And you remember, you know, when Simon Preston recorded Hallgrímsson, the man said, yo, listen, we want to play for Jamaica, play for Jamaica. And if you look on the man body language, brother, the man just dejected. Even though the man look dejected, you know what I'm saying?
All right, let's look back when Hallgrimsson got. If you focus on the press conferences and how Hallgrimsson was on the touchline throughout the whole Copa America, Hallgrimsson spent a majority of the time sitting down and just looking. And I sussed it from the first game, the Mexico game, and I was like, we're here, we're in the game, but we're not getting over the line. We're not, we need that extra push, and the coach is just there sitting. And I didn't really understand why. Even the game against Ecuador, it's fiery. Jamaica forget a penalty, the coach still make no move, for sure some kind of passion and for sure say yo, we really want to win this game. The subs reflected that and everything, the body language and what you were saying in the press conference and the negative responses, it was all foreshadowing to this, But as I said, we have hindsight as a benefit right now to see it now and to look back and say, oh, that makes sense now because the coach wasn't happy. And I can understand why the coach isn't happy, to be honest. I understand it. He wants professionalism, but at the same time, I don't think, regardless of what's happening off the field, from a footballing perspective, I don't think he was doing enough to get the best out of the team. My concern is, can JFF find somebody else? Or will they find somebody else who will do a better job than Hallgrímsson? We have to wait and see, because my fear is that we're going to get a local coach. I hear people saying go back for Paul Hall. This is my issue with Paul Hall. Paul Hall tried to get Jamaica playing attractive football, but Paul Hall never get results. You get me? I say,
That kind of harsh on Paul Hall still. In 10 years was very short.
yeah,
They
but,
must have pick up from Tapa in our qualifiers period where all was already lost,
yeah.
right? And then shortly after that, he was kind of like a caretaker manager. So in that time, just did try to keep the players together. I don't even know if the style of play that we're playing was his favorite or his go-to, but him just did try to keep things together until the new coach forward him. So we haven't really seen Paul Hall's full potential, but I don't think we can judge Paul Hall off at that caretaker period.
I think that's fair. But as I said before, my concern, no. As I said, I'm not going to necessarily be disappointed that the coach is gone. My concern is who will come in now, because this is a critical part. We're heading into Nations League and we're heading into more qualifier games. We have a game against Guatemala going, and if you watch Guatemala, they're playing really well now. And if you're watching the Copa America, you see the teams like Panama and Costa Rica, those teams will not be easy to get through. So if Jamaica don't get their stuff together, we might find ourselves in a sticky situation, and it have to start with getting in a qualified manager who is good enough.
What do you think about Darren Moore?
I think, all right, Darren Moore he had good success in England. I think I don't know much about Darren Moore in terms of, because I haven't watched much of his teams when he was coaching. I just saw the stories, I saw the headlines. So from a tactical perspective, it would be disingenuous for me to say, oh, we know Darren Moore, I'm going to do this with this player and do this with that player. But based on the profile and what I've seen, I think Darren Moore would have been a good. I wouldn't be upset if we tried with Darren Moore, if he's willing to take the job and we're willing to agree to something. Because if you look, people are being unrealistic trying to bring some of the biggest names. People just look for anybody want to have a job and not remembering that this is Jamaica. A lot of managers, not many managers, I want to come and coach this Jamaica team. So yeah, if we get a
Jamaican descent as well, Darren Moore, he would have Jamaican descent. Darren Moore, he knows the culture already. He would really actually mesh with those British-based players, right? Because he's familiar with their environment. He could get the best out of those British-based players, which really and truly, if we were to look at it, Jamaica succeeding or playing the best football or so going forward, you have to get the best out of these British-based players. The local players, them not cut it, right? You have one or two, like the Dixon or maybe the King or the Cephas, but majority of the local players, they don't cut it. So we have to get someone who can get the best out of these British-based players, because even though we all they talk and the national team really is not connected, You need someone that understands the best of both worlds. You need somebody who understands what it is for how you have to talk to a local player, how you have to deal with a British-based player, and be able to merge the team together in a one. You can't, and Grimmy, I think that is one thing where Grimmy never did do. Him keep the local camp for look for local players, but then a whole lot of the decisions, as much as him say, yo, he's 100% responsible for it, and the JFF not tell him what to do. Some of it felt as if it was forced, right? We need somebody who understand this landscape and how it works between both the British-based players and the local-based players for really get the best and get this team playing well. Zane, we don't need somebody who will come in and still play Damian Lowe. He is not it. We don't need somebody. He can be around the squad, but he is not a starter. As somebody that will come on in our last, like how we are using Hector now.
Hold on. But my question to you is this. All of what you're saying is good and it's the right way to go. But remember some of the concerns that Hallgrímsson was having in terms of squad selection, and he also complained. In the article, it said that he wasn't happy with some of the youth players being selected, from the youth team, and some players who he had recruited not getting passports all now. So these are the things. So you look for what the JFF needs to do. A coach like Darren Moore coming, more than likely he's going to want mostly English-based players, and he's going to probably want to recruit a few other players from the championship who have Jamaican heritage. Will the JFF do what they need to do to work with what the manager requires? Because we know the JFF.
And I think that's another thing as well where we need to get on gunners. We did the Omar Davies interview the other day. I think we need to get somebody either from JFF or from Pika to really have sit down and have a talk to find out how the process goes. And I'm going to look and do some research to see where we can get someone who can come and sit down and have a conversation with us about that. Because really and truly, we don't know. We don't know what it takes, how long it takes, what the process is like, and what is the reason for these lengthy delays. We need that bit of information as fans so that we can know exactly who is at fault instead of guessing and speculating. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you're right. We need a little bit more clarity on how the process works before we can guess, because everybody playing a guessing game. Some people say, "Oh, a JFF make Reece Nelson and play for Jamaica," and some people say Reece Nelson don't want to play it and not accept my call. So we don't really know the truth behind the story or what's the whole up for some of the players we're trying to recruit. And for most of them, we know they don't want to play as it. They want to wait until the last dying moment before them actually come play for Jamaica. We know that for most of the players, but we can't really say that for every single player that has the heritage and hasn't committed as yet. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. All right, big up, Jerome. You have any final thoughts?
No, man, that's it. As I said before, just to wrap up, I'm just hoping that JFF gets somebody. In an ideal world, I would have a problem with Darren Moore, but I would love somebody maybe from with a South American background, or German or a Spanish background, who kind of has that ideology that would bring into the team. But as I said before, I'm just hoping that we get somebody who is competent enough to coach an international team. That's it.
Bro.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Big.
And I just want to say, I don't want nobody frightened over the German and the man them from England, because some of them are rocks, you see me I say? And because them come from Germany and so mean to them good. Some of them, they ain't good. And if you look on the track record, but in terms of the replacement, no Paul Hall, no John Wall, more somebody who are qualified, somebody who have a good track record, etc., etc. I think as Jamaicans, we must and we should be ambitious in terms of our approach. And people, so me I gonna really get pan coach Heimir Hallgrímsson. But let me take some comments first, because the squad lineup just dropped. And me tell you about this dinosaur manager, our coach, our Roach, whatever the case is, our Punk. Bro, why is it that him decide to start Ronaldo Cephas in the last game when him drop out of Copa America? Is he dumb? When you have the Mexico game, could I bring him on early? You have the Ecuador game, you could have bring him on at 2-1. And I know when you drop out of the competition, you want to start Cephas. Bro, he never clicked to the man say you can play Cephas and Demarai Gray in the same team. Huh? That never clicked to him.
Wait, lineups drop?
He never clicked to him. Yeah, but let me just take some comments first. You see me, I say, Damon Nemward, once again, big up yourself. And before we venture forward, people, into the show, once again, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. People, it really helps when you hit that like button. Yo, let me tell you about this local punk manager from Iceland, no people. Why did Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson get a dream from God last night, or something that he must start Ronaldo Cephas? No, is he dumb? Dicanio, why is it when we drop out, he won't play Cephas? All of a sudden, Cephas can play at the same team as Omari agree.
Pull up the line also,
Wow.
you know.
People, wow, what a revelation. What a revelation, people. This is the lineup. So, waiting goal, we have Ethan Pinnock, Lati Bodier, Michael Hector, right? Wes Hardin is actually playing in this game.
Weird.
See me? Wes Hardin.
Right back.
Yeah, right wing back.
Better the coach and go sit down and play the man in ID instead of low.
Damian Lowe.
Why let Bicky Sana play?
I don't know, maybe we can get on that. I'm not sure. I'm not getting no news about that. Casey Palmer, Greg Lee, Demar Gray off the left-hand side, Cephas off the right-hand side, and Mikel Antonio as the striker. Now, I have one question to Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson. You not realize that at the club level, look on Alejandro Garnacho, for example, people. He's a left winger basically. But guess what? Tenor got to do more while because we lack so much our quality off the right-hand side. Him play Garnacho off the right-hand side more while they can. You get me? I say, and him get something out of the
sometime.
And it's also good to, if a player is open to it, it can be good for the development of the player. And wingers typically can play both sides of the pitch. Some of them can play over the left, some of them can play over the right. I remember
and you want a man like Cephas specifically on the right because him not good in tight spaces. Him can't go beat a man by cutting in. But he can beat a man by pace for push the ball line and get a shot off.
Exactly. So, me didn't know this are coming up, people. The man drop out of the competition and all of a sudden he wants to start Cephas. Right now, Hallgrímsson, I know say I don't watch this, but I swear to God, if you buck up on the video, take off Cephas because you're absolutely stupid. And me feel like if the man them fire, me not wrong them. Brother, you literally bring the man on early against Ecuador. You never start him against Ecuador. You play Damian Lowe over Demar Gray. You never start Cephas. But it is such a revelation that when you get knocked out of Copa America, you're willing to take the risk of playing Ronaldo Cephas. And, more than want Cephas perform today. More Jamaica beat Venezuela and Cephas be the standout player. You get me? I say? Because this man is dumb, brother. Yo, as pretty than say, rocks. Isn't it?
Brain, brother.
Stupid.
All of
a sudden, him can be a starter. Wow. That's like rocket science. You get me? I say? And people talk about, that's what I'm saying. Fans can be a bit entitled sometimes, but we're not stupid. We are not stupid. And I bet you say the team play better today with Ronaldo Cephas in the team. People, may not say it's the finished article or whatever the case is, but the man would have offered so much to this team, especially in terms of how the team plays. So Demar Gray back in the team, right? Obviously, never have a good game against Mexico. The man dropped him against Ecuador. Him still did come on, right? But brother, look on the time when the man bring on Cephas, brother. You know what win the game? Mikel Antonio gets the start. Him scoring at the last game, which is good. I think he had a better game than what do you man name? Shamar Nicholson. You see me I say? But people, how pleased are you guys with the lineup? How confident are you guys going into this game against Venezuela? To me, not because we drop out a Copa means we must take the game likely. In terms of our campaign, we scored our first official goal in Copa America, so that is good. And if we can get official points in Copa America, then that would even be better. You get me I say? And leaving with 3 points, I think that's a good representation of ourselves. You agree?
Yeah, I'm still vexed though because of hindsight and all the other things. But yeah, bro, the man can at least get 3 points from this game, brother.
Why the back three all the time? Never see a formation. We hate Jamaican family vibe. Say one Grimmy. Joyce Brady say we have players. I believe that is what it is. People, hit the link in the comment section and call in. Take some more comments. Carol Blake said the coach not living in Jamaica isn't a big deal unless there are programs he should. The coach not living in Jamaica isn't a big deal unless there are programs he should be doing. His absence isn't being done. We did not hire a technical director. We hired a coach. Comment they kind of mix up and blend that. So I'm not really get what you say.
In them set up a place for my St. still.
Oh, Damian Nemart say, who want coach Jamaica in an attacking team? Stop dreaming. I don't think anybody's saying, oh, play all out attacking football, but the football can be better. People, once again, they kind of drop the link in the comment section. People click the link and call in. Damian Nemart say, firing the coach is not the solution. That's my stance. Player need to personally step up their game, but ultimately the coach is the one who should get the best out of these players. And if the JFF recognizes that he's not getting the best out of these players, despite what any of us think, then in all fairness, if they look to fire him, then fair enough. You get me? I say, that is why you have the technical committee that will make the assessment at the end of the Copa America tournament. Jerry said, my only concern with him leaving is the fact that he mentioned the JFF are not doing enough, or is not doing enough to get players passports. And really and truly, I think Dicanio, the Gunners platform at least, should get somebody from PICA or the Jamaica Football Federation to really ask the hard-hitting questions. Because honestly, people, I feel like more while a lot of the times we see interviews where the person that is doing the interview, I think they're asking silly questions. I think when you have Rudolph Speed and certain people in certain position, you should ask them the hard-hitting, uncomfortable questions, just like the Simon Jordan, just like the Piers Morgan, and those respective guys from those big media houses. You know, you have to ask the questions. You have to put these people in uncomfortable positions because they need to do their jobs at the best of their ability, and they need to answer questions that at least can be answered, because obviously as fans, we're not going to privy to certain information, but at least if you're in the journalistic field or whatever the case is, brother, a man must step on an interview and uncomfortable when you ask him certain question, bad man. You get me, I say? No, look, a punk question, an easy question for them money, isn't it? Because since recently, when I say Rudolph Speed, he's doing a good job, although them say conflict of interest or whatever the case is, them say, you know, I must select the team, obviously, I mean, I agree with that comment. I mean, I agree with them, that stance there. Because I would have seen more Cavaliers playing on the team, them, especially at different levels, but that's not the case. Whose comment is this? Luga Veloso. Low is not a midfielder. Why him not see the experiment from Canada game not working since? And, you know, I don't believe with playing players out of position. Like for one game, I can get away with it, but doing it from
to make it in a regular team, dog. And things like this, you can't stand behind him, you know, brother.
You can't.
But man is just tough.
You can't tell me say a centre back is naturally better to a midfield player who is born and bred for that role.
Exactly. I'm gonna tell you this too. Even if you want to do that, brother, I better you put Richard King in that, brother. They man they 10 times more composed than the big idiot there. No jokes. And even that no make no sense. Bro, the man of West Harding, the man of actual midfielder, just play them now. And your final game this, you know. Your final game, just play them, brother. Whatever call, I have anything
before me get Peter, I disagree with that commenter. Carly, big up yourself. If we start agreeing, top tier coaches will distance themselves from Jamaica. Listen, bro, any respectable coach will love football now distance themselves from a job. I mean,
obviously it's an interesting project, and coaches have people.
Yeah, you know my distance yourself, but you will always have people who are interested in jobs, especially.
Yeah, like man, coaches have egos, man. You see, when a coach see an ex-coach never perform, he might look into himself and say, man.
So yeah, always have. I feel like you have good coaches out there that take up the Jamaica thing. I feel like with the type of players that we have and potential players, depending on how the JFF presents the project, then you have people that will take it. You see me? Obviously, some not going to take it. But Peter, big up yourself. The only Jamaican who is a fan of Nottingham Forest, the true red team people, bigger than Arsenal, bigger than United, bigger than Liverpool, and any other club where we're red. Big up, Peter.
Well, I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you all agree and know the facts. You understand? Speaking truth. It's about time when I speak truth. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, man. The real red. Boy. Boy.
Big up, Peter. What you have to say surrounding Peter before you get into anything, right?
Yes.
CFAS is finally starting when Jamaica is officially knocked out of Copa America. Like, tell me about this, coach. What do you think about that decision now?
A little too late.
Exactly.
You know, a little too late, because remember from day one when me calling, you know, me says I called for CFAS and the Omari Gray on the wings, and you have Antonio up front. All right. Now, in terms of the sacking, even though it's not official yet, that's a newspaper article, right? I don't think it's justified, really. Not at this point. You know, because if you think about the former coaches for Jamaican past and what have you, in terms of Jamaican positive results, he has done a good job, you know, but his downfall is not selecting, one, the right players, putting them on the pitch, and two, that defensive style of football that I hate with a passion. And you know what I mean? Because it's something I must say with the greatest team in football at England, Nottingham Forest. Them don't even today. Whereas them play a defensive role. But yes, still games when them decide to push forward. Them is as good as anybody out there. Better than Arsenal, better than Man U. You understand? So, but you know, we feel it for the coach, but guess what? Him cause him one downfall. Let's just face facts. We have the players. Jamaica have a talented squad, you know. You understand? One thing I don't like about the Jamaican selection, though, and I think it's a lot of Jamaican people, Low don't belong, don't believe, to me, Low not supposed to start no game. Period.
I agree.
Him is not the best defender, midfielder, player out there. Him for sit down. You understand? No, normally would I say Bowser. I usually say a lot of negativity, but the fact of the matter is this: he was scoring a lot of goals. Even though the reality is this: look at the sides he's been scoring goals against. The teams which are less, I'm inferior to Jamaica. Him not scoring nothing against the big side. Him come a Copa America. Think about it. Look at how him play against the Dominica, the Canada, the US teams that them familiar with. Him play, him go and him showcase him talent. But when him play against the South American squad, it's like him lost. I don't know if you agree with me. Him is like a chicken I run on the field without a head. You know? That's my opinion, man. But
It's
as
like
long
a
as,
headless chicken.
it's
a headless chicken.
It's a headless chicken. Then the last couple games them play. me not even me don't know if it's a fun run on the field or what. You understand? But him not do nothing. Him not do nothing at all.
And to be honest, Peter, against Canada, we got away with how Damian Lowe operated in that game, right? But the man just have the principles of being a central defensive midfielder, whether a 6 or a 8, whichever way you deploy him. He does not.
You're right.
And you cannot, at the international level, especially for his age, you cannot coach that into him. You get me? I say, I believe
agree.
the natural midfielders would give you a better average game compared to a Damian Lowe. Anybody can see that. Any coach will tell you that, brother. Damian Lowe is no John Stones. Hallgrímsson is no Pep Guardiola. We can just transform one player like that overnight. You get me? I say?
No, you're right about that. You're right about that. You know?
So Hallgrímsson, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one more. These are the thing, you know. I agree with one of the couple of the callers who said, boy, I don't want a local coach. Period, point blank. Most of them, I don't want a butler. You understand? Bring in a foreign coach. But the key thing is this. We have to play based upon the players that are coming, based upon, we have to put the best 11 on the field, irrespective them born at Jamaica or not. You understand? I don't business. Bottom line is this. Me living in the States. My youth, though them born, I'm Jamaica. I make sure all of my youth them born at Jamaica, then come back up. But let's say any of them who did born in the States, nobody can tell me, say, my youth them are not Jamaican. And not deserve, if them did have the talent, and not deserve to go up on the field if them have the talent to do so. You understand? Because Jamaica, to be a real Jamaican is based upon your living like a Jamaican. You understand? because no foreigners live more Jamaican and even some Jamaican in a Jamaica. How much Jamaica, live a Jamaica, them a twang and act like them American. You understand? How much Jamaica, how much Jamaica, go overseas. And when them done them cuss Jamaica back home. Like Liam Bailey for short. You understand?
I mean,
bottom line is this. When whoever come in for coach, make them have to have the authority and don't make JFF bully them or the Jamaican people bully them because they want them local players for them on the pitch. You understand? Me want one day win the World Cup. And if you really think about it, it's not far-fetched based upon the talent Jamaica have across the world.
Peter, I disagree.
Yo.
I forgot to disagree with that one day.
Go on now. Why you say so?
Yeah, I'm Butler now, part, don't.
Oh, but what you say about Butler? That a jackass?
Yeah, you part?
No, man. That a jackass,
no,
man.
Listen, I respect the players who have in our possession right now and the potential players that we can get. But
yeah,
I think it's far-fetched at this moment in time to think that we can win a World Cup. Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's far-fetched. Reason being, we if we can win a domestic trophy in terms of our region at that, right? First of all, we have to go surpass that before we even look ahead to thinking about winning a World Cup. Also, we have to go start qualifying for the World Cup on a regular. And, the most important thing, Peter, is, remember, you see, Jamaica will know how the football is in after this World Cup. Because reason being, you have 3 countries that are hosting it, so them automatically qualify. We've never seen that in history before. So how will Jamaica look in the next, after 2026 World Cup? How will we line up in terms of going into our next World Cup qualifying campaign with America, etc.? With America, etc., not hosting the tournament, being in qualification rounds again. You get me, I say? So, if you look at that dynamic, we don't even know where Jamaica football stand at this moment in time. Because now it's like a lottery ticket to get to the World Cup. You get me, I say?
Yeah.
So, it's like a luck thing to get to the World Cup now.
And, all right. Me hear you. Me hear what you say. But what I talk about, me not talk about the current squad as it is, But in terms of the talent, you have the Omari Hutchinson. Mm-hmm. You have you have what the brother from Arsenal again?
Nelson.
Yeah. You have Greenwood. You understand? Me know a lot of people curse Omari and a lot of people curse Greenwood, right? Because it's like them not coming to Jamaica. But at the same time, especially those two, me not talk recent now, but especially those two, them not have until today when me hear on a report say Omari Hutchinson finally signed with Ipswich Town. So him not have no excuse for say no to a Jamaica call up.
Yeah.
Now instead of in opposed to Greenwood, who don't have nothing solid yet. Because bottom line is this, a man have to support them family, and look about them future first. Mm-hmm. You understand? And based upon those that I mentioned, and I'm sure there are other great Jamaican players out there who are more than capable of coming in and playing. But I am going to tell you my honest opinion. I believe one of the main reasons why some of them don't really show the interest to come, because if an outside looking in, them see how many English players sitting on the bench and then bringing local players like Lowe and who not deserve for them on the pitch. You understand where I come from?
And I think Hallgrímsson disrespect us as fans. Nobody can tell me say Damian Lowe better than midfield than Curry Anderson. No boy can tell me that.
No man, him not even close, man.
No, any man would have mad for tell me say Damian Lowe, Philadelphia Union, the player will get bounced around. One time see man there Egypt.
Yes.
Brother, me even know say Egypt a football league.
Me never know either.
Football league, but
yeah.
Peter, what may I say is Curry Anderson. League One player, Charlton athlete, you tell me say Damian Lowe better than that demand there? Or any other big player we have?
Bro, right now, me even want to watch a match at 7 o'clock,
Peter, I'll give
you. Just broke the talk and you see Lowe in his side. And this time before him, he used to play midfield, you know. When he used to play a centre back, and you see him there, your vibe just broke.
Peter,
And
what
now
is Damian
it
Lowe?
just worse to see that man in our midfield. Because we know the football we're going to get if him a play.
Bye.
How old is Damian Lowe? 30. 30. And Damian Lowe, Hallgrímsson is like a bad old man at him when him start Damian Lowe.
Why? Me say me can't. I don't believe it and I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it.
What does Damian
But
Lowe offer to the
question,
team?
let me ask you a
Yeah, go
question
ahead.
though. You think JFF is behind it?
Damian Lowe, Hallgrímsson thing?
No, behind Damian Lowe, basically half of them on the pitch.
No.
Is that question?
You know,
No, let me tell you, I think it's because of the leadership role where him have. And we see it's not only in Jamaica, but even in England with Southgate. And we can draw a whole heap of parallels, not in terms of the quality, but in terms of how the coaches them behave, both on England and Coach Greenwood, right? The whole heap of players on England side, them not perform for 3-4 games straight, and them still a play over players. We come on today and make a difference. Next match for sure. At the same side, them going to start, even though MC say it not working. See? So just like how you have a Phil Foden, right? We not perform. Him still a start him. You have a Kieran Trippier, where evidence say playing him on the left back as a right-footed wing back not working at all. Him still a go play him there, right? So I think it have nothing to do with the federation. I just some coaches, them head just tough, them stubborn. You see me? Them head
And
tough and them stubborn.
More said this, right? The whole Damian Lowe thing, you know, the age that he's at to be playing in the midfield for Jamaica is a bad look. Absolutely. And people on the know football, what does Damian Lowe offer? Whether we play a low block, mid block, whatever, what does he really offer? Damian Lowe can't pass a ball for more than 5 yards, you know. The only passing range Damian Lowe have in him locker have to play a long ball over the top. Or play a misplaced pass. Or kick down a man, and when the camera go up on him, it make it seem like the toughest thing since crackers or whatever. Although crackers on top. But you get me as a
Bro, he's out of his class playing in these matches, brother.
But Peter, watch out, big up yourself here.
Yeah, man. Gentlemen, bless up.
Yeah,
Man,
big
getting ready for the game. All right.
do a score prediction, Peter.
Oh, me? Jamaica win. Hey, we beat them in a friendly already, you know. One warm up for Copa America a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And me say, me not see why things are gonna change. We have for them number. So then can go in. 2-1 Jamaica. 2-1. Yeah.
All right.
All right, bless up. Good.
Big up.
And Dicanio, one more add. Before I add one more add, right? BM say you can't blame Low. Casey Palmer is rubbish, yet everybody making excuses for him. Casey Palmer can't even control a ball or make a pass. I respect your comment. Carol Blake say, I don't think players make their decisions based on who is on the team. I think players are making the decision based on the fact that we do not have the infrastructure. And I want to think more say, you know, and people, I'm going to really send some shots over the English born player that we know what we can potentially get. Let me tell you, it's enough of them money. I know say JFF and Jamaica have our problems in terms of infrastructure, but enough of them just want Jamaica qualify for World Cup, face the whole of them flock and come play for Jamaica. Whether them playing at the Premier League or playing at the Championship, and that is facts. That is facts, Dicanio. Enough of them just want Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, for go play at that big stage and that ultimate stage. Copa America is a big competition, you know, but say we did have say Jamaica didn't have the Euros. I feel like enough of them would have been playing at that. You get me? I say, but the World Cup is the ultimate prize. Obviously, we're not gonna win it, but just playing in the World Cup, when you retire and say you're playing at the World Cup and you score a World Cup goal or whatever the case is, or you even make it to the group with Jamaica, then that's a big feeling. You see me? I say, so as much as Jamaica have them problems, people, if you look at some federations across the globe, them have worse problems compared to JFF. Worse. When you talk about infrastructure, brother, enough country if you can say them have a proper national stadium. Enough country if you can say them have a federation where have a fee where you can go train upon. You see me? Enough country. Enough. And I see some comments to people that say a lot of the English players are where hype up no good. Bro, if you look in our region, the CONCACAF region, they're good enough. That's why I'm not buying to the comments of saying that they're England rejects. And everybody are gonna make England team. You have quality players with if you can make England team right now, the Emil Smith Rowe, we could have used. I gotta say Emil Smith Rowe is an England reject. No, it's just that Emil Smith Rowe, in a period of time, he was on the high, get a couple injuries, and him still have age when he can find himself back in the English national team. He's just kicking on from here, finding a club, which I think he should. And then Emil Smith Rowe can easily get back in that England team because under Unai Emery in the Europa League, etc., we see the quality of Emil Smith Rowe. Reece Nelson, boy, I mean, I forgot to say a good season for Reece Nelson if we say, yo, him can get an English national team. You see me, I say, but it's not hard. If Cole Palmer can do it, none of them can do it. But once again, people, the lineup is out. Ethan Pinnock, well, starting with the goalkeeper, Jamali Waite. Brilliant tournament so far for me. Ethan Pinnock, Lati Bodier, Michael Lecter, Wes Harding, Damian Lowe, and by the way, Damian is the captain in this game, which I'm not really find nothing wrong with it. Casey Palmer in the midfield, Greg Lee left wing back, Demar Gray off the left, Ronaldo Cephas off the right, and Mikel Antonio as our number 9. People in the comment section, tell me how pleased you guys are with this lineup. Take some more comments. Miguel Benz, big up Leon Bailey every time. Man chose football structure reform over tribalism and empty patriotism. Rubbish old players, no system or tactics. Man play at a high level, he know what it takes. Well, big up to Leon Bailey. If you want to represent Jamaica, then I think the team will lose sleep over that. You get me? I say if he want to take the high ground, all the better. Him can let him carry and say him not playing a Copa or World Cup. You're not going to hurt nobody from Jamaica. As I say, I tell you, Jamaica go reach World Cup without Leon Bailey. Him say Miguel Ben say, but uno now listen, so enjoy that garbage performance they will once again display. But one more comment. Low is Thomas Suchek minus the goals, lad. What do you think about that, Dicanio?
Yeah, you that? Brother, you can't start Thomas Suchek, bro. Brother, that man name this Thomas Suchek, brother. Thomas Suchek is a top half. Even top half, brother, he's a top 8 midfielder, Like for a club, he can play in a top 8 midfield, brother. When you can't this Thomas Suchek, brother, them man they are internationally a show for him country. Scoring goals from midfield, natural midfielder. Not because of how him look, No meds that, bro. Look on how him do on a football pitch. Pitch, must say. If you want to compare Thomas Suchek and Damian Lowe, sick in on the head, brother.
Early B said Damian Lowe is a monster in midfield, breaking up plays and disrupting the opposition rhythm or breaking legs, walking red card. But Dr. Dan, big up yourself. I think me never gonna say, but Dr. Dan, big up yourself. But Dicanio, once again, people, quick break. People, my beg Well, Dicanio is enough a big, but I'm asking you guys, I am imploring you guys, just like Andrew Wellness when he look for vote, he might implore people. The only difference is I'm a politician, so I'm not $5,000 for go buy likes right now. You see me? Like a politician would have buy vote. But people, the most important thing is to hit that like button. We need 50 likes, people. We need more than 50 likes. We have 101 of you guys right now on the live. So please hit that like button. So far, people, we talked about Omari Hutchinson. Officially, he's officially an Ipswich Town player, permanent deal, record fee as well. So he's back to Ipswich. Also spoke about Heimir Hallgrímsson, and the report from the Jamaica Observer is that the relationship between Heimir Hallgrímsson and the Jamaica Football Federation is irreparable at this moment in time, and both parties will be looking to end things early. He has 2 years left on his contract. So yeah, Dr. Dan says Suchek is a stud, bro. People, I drop the call in, get one more caller, and then we end it and prepare for the game. What time game in Jamaica? 8 o'clock it happening?
A 7 o'clock game, bro. Next 37 minutes.
Okay, nice. Yeah, people, so I could get one more caller. But so far, confident for the game?
No. Damian Lowe in the midfield, brother.
Yeah.
My voice broke. I'm not confident, brother. Or even if I'm confident, I'm not in a voice, brother. Because when I'm playing in midfield, you just know where you have to get, brother. You just know where you have to get, bro.
That. I'm so upset that the man decided to start Cephas. As Peter said, a little too late. A little bit too late. Like, what's the revelation that Hallgrímsson got that he should play Cephas? All of a sudden, Cephas can start off at the right-hand side. It's so mind-boggling. And, bro, I don't know the reporters who will be in the post-match press conference, but we need somebody to ask him after the game why him decide to start Cephas. I hope Cephas have a good game just to show up Coach Heimir Hallgrímsson. Dr. Dan say, so we get a new coach and what's next? You continue the football. Is what I say? But people, today was Sunday. Show us everybody cook already. They are prepared for the game. Just drink some liquor for that game. Eh? I say people just drink some liquor. As I say, hopefully we can end with 3 points. But once again, people, before we end, please hit that like button, share, also hit that subscribe button if you are new, and we'll be back here again. When today or Sunday, maybe in the week, depending upon if Dylan up. And people, big news. We have a big exclusive interview dropping soon, further down the line. So I don't want to stick around for that the one day, people. They get me, I say, I really want to stick around for that the one day. But I'm take the last comment and then give you guys the outro. We have Caribbean Rivers and Seas say low I take flowers from man. Yeah, we never gonna get into that, yeah, man. But big up to them and Low and Bobby Reed and the one of them where they did another picture there. But people are giving you the outro now and end it.
It's time to rise up.